Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Michelle has been obsessed with maintaining the media spotlight she once held as First Lady, where she's been frantically booking up interviews and public appearances throughout 2017 to compete with the beautiful and sweet Melania. But time and time again, Michelle keeps managing to make a giant idiot out of herself, as she and her American-hating husband are determined to hold on to power, as they've both had quite a difficult time relinquishing the celebrity status that the White House afforded them. But unfortunately for the former First Lady, a list is now circulating of all the times she embarrassed herself in 2017. That's sure to wreck the woman's ego who held herself in such high esteem for the past 8 years. 1. Michelle tries to convince a crowd that she's a sex symbol. One of the most embarrassing moments for Michelle Obama in 2017 was when she tried to tout herself as America's sex symbol. In a recent interview while bragging about her accomplishments as First Lady, Michelle claimed that she has issues simply walking down the street because men can barely contain their lust at the mere sight of her. As I got older, I found that men would whistle at me or make comments about how I looked as I walked down the street, saying that men would routinely catcall as she walked by. As if my body were their property. As if I were an object to be commented on instead of a full human being with thoughts and feelings of my own. The words had barely left her fat lying mouth and people across America were already questioning what alternate reality Michelle Obama resides in where she seriously thinks she's America's sex symbol. Here's some of the most politically incorrect responses that were posted in response to Michelle's claim. What sex and what species? Maybe a congress of baboons or silverbacks. Pesky liberals and Democrats, if it is not dead people for votes in a poll, then it is raiding the zoo. More like an abstinence symbol, I think. These people are totally delusional. Obama thinks he's a straight guy born in Hawaii that did a great job as president. Wrong. Michael thinks he is a woman who was the best First Lady ever and is a sex symbol in America. Wrong. These two guys need help, they are living in a fantasy world. There is not enough alcohol or drugs available that could ever make Michelle Obama a sex symbol. That would be like dragging your balls across 5 miles of broken glass just to hear Michael Moore fart in a payphone. Her poor attitude and condescending arrogance is a symbol for abstinence. A person's charm is what attracts. She is disgusting. Every parent of a horny teenage boy should make certain he has a picture Michelle in his wallet next to the Trojan. Sex symbol? Raffle-ma OMG, you're killing me. She may be a sex symbol on the planet the predator came from. She is a sex symbol. A symbol for not wanting sex. Picture her every time you look at someone and you definitely won't want sex. I think I just threw up in my mouth and shit myself laughing too hard. 2. Michelle dresses as cop-hating racist Beyonce. Michelle likes to think of herself as a celebrity, and oftentimes aligns herself with other American-hating individuals who shares her same views. But Michelle took her unbelievable antics to a startling new level in 2017, where she decided to dress like her cop-hating idol Beyonce, who routinely throws black supremacy fists in the air during her performances. Michelle Obama dressed up like Beyonce from the Formation video as part of the singer's 36th birthday celebration. In the video, Beyonce controversially dressed like a member of the militant Black Panthers organization, the Political Insider reported. 3. Michelle demands racist America pay for how she was treated as the First Lady. After being dethroned by the Trumps at the White House, Queen Michelle tried desperately throughout 2017 to maintain her relevance in society that proved, just like her school lunch programs, to be a massive failure. After failing miserably with her attempts to convince the world that she was America's sex symbol, she took a direct swipe at the American people with the sickening sob story about how the American people treated her like a black slave during her time as First Lady. Speaking to a crowd of about 8,500 at the Women's Foundation of Colorado's 30th anniversary event in Denver, Michelle whined about her horrific experience as America's first black lady, claiming Americans only saw her for the color of her skin. "The shards that cut me the deepest were the ones that intended to cut," Michelle said. "Knowing that after 8 years of working really hard for this country, there are still people who won't see me for what I am because of my skin color." Apparently Michelle forgets that her husband wouldn't have been even elected as president twice had it not been for the white voters who turned out in droves during both the 2008 and 2012 elections, gaining more votes that white cracker Bill Clinton received during his election. And yet Michelle felt the need to get on her high horse and whine about white racism holding her back. Are you freaking serious? 4. Michelle goes full ghetto at a Catholic cathedral. It's been the long-standing tradition of many cathedrals and Catholic churches to enforce a strict dress code for anyone entering their historic and sacred places, and most people happily comply with these rules, understanding the significance that these ancient places of worship hold. But Michelle made it blatantly obvious that she believes such rules do not apply to her, as she places herself on a perch high above the commoners. Showing up for a tour of Siena Cathedral in Italy looking like she had been up all night partying at a strip club, many people were quite astonished at the amount of skin Michelle was showing, as flaunted a slutty off-the-shoulder top that was a strict violation of the Siena Cathedral's rules. Many people were horrified over Queen Michelle's attire, as she got plenty of attention from bystanders as she emerged from the 12th century building with her loose blouse looking like it was about to fall off her body. 5. Michelle sends racist message to white American males. Michelle Obama has built her entire career by being a racist towards whites. It started back in her college days where her entire thesis was written to bash white people, where pages of racially charged paragraphs were composed to slander the white faculty members and the university Michelle attended, where she tried to claim the school was designed to exclude blacks like her, while catering to the needs of white students. Michelle has yet again forgotten that it was white America that elected her husband into office not once but twice. Still defiant in her efforts to paint all of white Americans as bigoted racists, Michelle was given the opportunity to take a swipe at our country during a speech at the Pennsylvania Conference for Women, and she happily took it. She claimed that she had proof of why most Americans distrust politicians. And it isn't because her husband created ISIS, put Iran onto a path for nuclear weapons, or launched us into a race war. No. The reason Michelle claims Americans don't trust politicians is because Americans don't trust white men. Yes, really. Breitbart reported, Tuesday at the Pennsylvania Conference for Women, former First Lady Michelle Obama said when she attended the State of the Union address she would notice the Republican side was all men, all white, and that was why she argued many people of color don't trust politics. So what's Michelle's solution then? To have more black politicians like her husband elected so they can lead the charge to drive our country into the ground even further. What exactly did Barack Obama do for the black community other than making them hate white people through the race war he created? Has black poverty decreased? Has black-on-black crime diminished from the staggering fact that 93% of black homicides in this country are committed by other blacks? 6. Michelle's damning picture during Hurricane Sandy. Liberals never tire in their vicious attacks against Melania Trump. The big scandal earlier this year was Melania traveling to flood-ravaged Texas in a pair of black snakeskin stilettos, as liberals claimed her wardrobe choice was proof that the First Lady wasn't really there to help the victims, but to make a fashion statement. As liberals continued to mock Melania's wardrobe choice after she arrived in Texas, bashing her for wearing a hat with the words FLOTUS on it, at least she was freaking there to help Americans in their time of need. Where the hell was Michelle Obama after Hurricane Sandy in 2012 that left 233 dead in one of the most catastrophic storms in United States history? Here's a picture of Melania and Michelle following the storms. Let's compare. Oh yeah. Michelle Obama wasn't there. The Obamas' lack of concern for the American people was on full display following many natural disasters, including the deadly and catastrophic flooding across the state of Louisiana last August that left 40,000 Americans homeless and took the lives of 13 people. The good, hard-working people of Louisiana waited and waited to hear their Barack and Michelle to extend their condolences and pay their suffering community a visit. But the Obamas were nowhere to be found, as they were both too busy vacationing at Martha's Vineyard to give a damn about suffering Americans. What do you think of Michelle Obama's legacy as First Lady? Do you think she will go down as one of the best or one of the worst? Let us know in the comments below.